Intended audience is 13 and up. Welcome back for another video, guys. Today we're doing a plastic gen combo. So I recently got in this ZEO Beyblade and I'd never owned one of these before, and I really wanted to test out the attack ring for attack combos. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to use the ZEO attack ring 10 wide. We are going to use a right spin gear, keep it in right spin, and we are going to use the Drigger S blade base with the tip inverted. So here's our final combo. There is actual technical names for these parts, but since most people aren't going to know them, I'm just going to call it what it is. So if it's the Drigger S blade base, that's what I'm going to call it. That way I don't confuse people. So I am throwing Drigger V2 and Dranzer V2 in here as stock combos, and then I also built a couple combos for this. The blue one is the combo that I use for the World Championship, the 2004 World Championship video, and then I've got Drigger S with Wide Survive on it, which is the red weight disc, and then right here we've got Roller Attacker on Wide Defense with the Seaborg 1 blade base, which is like a rubber sharp. So the Roller Attacker combo gets the first point here. This is the one on the rubber sharp tip. So I have a pretty terrible launch here. So that's my bad. Launching with plastic gen is a little different than metal fight. As far as angle and stuff, especially because the grip and the launcher's kind of oriented a different direction. So with metal fight, you're pulling out to your side. With plastic gen, you're pulling towards yourself. So I am able to get a KO in the next round though. So pretty easy KO here as well. So next up we've got Drigger S on Wide Survive, which is the weight disc. So Drigger S overall is pretty good anyway, so this is a fairly easy combo. If you're trying to get into plastic gen, Drigger S is a good one to have overall. So the first round was a tie, and this second round ends up going to Drigger S, so we are 1-0 currently. And this is 2-0 for Drigger currently. So this one ends up looking pretty close, but Drigger S does go out first. So that is a point for ZEO. I ended up getting stuck on this matchup doing round after round, so ultimately I'm just going to call it a draw. It's a very close matchup. So next up is the combo that I used to do the 2004 Championship Challenge. This is Galleon on Wide Defense with the Drigger V2 blade base, the Dranzer V2 support part, Wolborg 1's casing and tip in the left spin gear. So ZEO gets that first point, and my combo takes the second point. And into the third round, ZEO takes another point, leaving it 2-1. And that leaves ZEO 3-1, moving on to the next round. Next up, we've got Dranzer V2 stock. You guys may have seen this in the Burst remakes. If you're not familiar with plastic gen, it's a pretty good Beyblade. So ZEO takes the first point here. And ZEO takes another point here, 2-0. And this next round is pretty close, but Dranzer V2 actually takes this one. So next up we've got Drigger V2. You guys may have the Burst remake of this, which is very good for Burst. This version is also very good for plastic gen overall. I guess the design, the shape of it, just overall very good for both generations. So yeah, if you want it for Burst, grab it for that. If you want it for plastic gen, very good to have, even though ZEO takes the first point. And Drigger takes a point in the second round, very easily. and ZEO comes in for a huge hit, knocking out Drigger V2. It actually knocked off 2 of the stickers, which I had to reapply after this video. But yeah, overall, I think the attack ring for ZEO is very good. It's super cool. I like it. I like how it looks. It's fun to use. So if you guys can find one for a decent price, definitely recommend it. I think it's super cool. Anyway, let me know what you think of it down in the comments below. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe for future Beyblade content I'm uploading every day for the month of December.